What's good, YouTube? It's Mark here from NxTLvLTech and Android TV.tips. I think my audio and my video is off, so give me 1 second. Let me see if I can fix that. How does it look? Is my audio and video lining up now? Are we good to go? Good morning. Good morning. I hope everyone has either enjoyed their morning brew or is having their morning brew. I don't care what you're brewing, as long as you're brewing it to get your day started. Let's go. How we sounding? Is the audio and the video sounding good? Sounding okay? I've had a couple comments lately saying that my audio and my video has been off in my videos, and yeah, it has been. For those of you who don't know, I'm not in my typical studio, and I haven't been for over a month now. So my computer that I'm using here is not as powerful as the one that I have in my main studio. So this one's kind of struggling to keep up, but it is what it is. I try to fix it as much as I can in post-processing. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are doing really good. Thank you guys for coming out. It's just an impromptu morning brew, as they always are. I have about half an hour before I really need to dive into the rest of my day, and I thought I would come kick it with you guys and talk a little bit about what's been going on, what's been happening with the channel, and you know, sometimes it's nice that I get to spend some time with you guys doing a live show. I used to do it every Friday at 3 o'clock. The banner on this YouTube channel still says live streams every Friday at 3 o'clock. I should probably change that because I haven't done a live stream at Friday at 3 o'clock in what feels like a year or so. But let's do a couple hellos, good mornings to the people that are here. Cyclo, good morning. I hope that you brewed another coffee. It looks like you just ran out. Mike C, what's up? Flake Chick, how you doing? Perch Tactic. Buzz, what's good, man? How you doing? Adil, how you doing, man? That's my cuz. I seen that you've been commenting and showing up on my live streams. Appreciate it, fam. Appreciate it. Hope everything's going good for you. It's super hot where I'm at here, but I'm in Canada and you're in the Caribbean, so I shouldn't even be complaining. What's up? What's up, Semi? How you doing, man? How you doing? Hope everything's good with you. And yeah, Purge, you know what? I am a little pushy. Where's my thumbs up? Yeah, video's a bit stuttery. I hope it got a little bit better now. Yeah, it makes your day a little bit easier because once you drink that cup of coffee, everything just passes right through you. Everything passes right through you. So, a couple updates, guys. I know that in a lot of my videos, I've been talking about how this channel is going to be switching to crypto only. And everyone's probably wondering, when is that happening? Well, there's been a couple delays. The reason that it's switching to crypto only is because of a new business venture that I'm going to be taking on. And for things that are outside of my control, that has been delayed. And I don't have a date for when it's going to pick up. I'm hoping that it's going to be picking up for next month, but it doesn't mean that the crypto content starts next month. So that project hopefully starts next month. Not sure 100% yet, but I'm hoping, right? And then once I dive into that, I also have back to school with my son, so I will be busier with that. But the content's still going to be coming. I wanted to, you know, thank you guys for all the support that you guys have given me and all the help behind the scenes, because there's a lot of people that are in this chat that do help behind the scenes that a lot of people may or may not know about. So it is what it is, right? So you guys believe in me enough to help me and help the community behind the scenes, and you know, you guys deserve all the thanks and appreciation as well. I'm just a face that's on the internet, right? That's sitting next to Thanos. Yeah. I just wanted to say I've been pounding out content and not even paying attention to what I'm doing. One of my biggest issues has always been consistency. I always want to give you guys content. I always want to give you guys the latest and greatest. I want to give you guys the best that I can. And in doing so, we ran into a couple issues over the years with YouTube giving strikes and YouTube saying that we're not allowed to do certain kinds of content. And that became very demotivating for me as a content creator, right? I never really wanted to call myself a content creator. I really didn't. I really just come on here and kind of share things that I've been interested in and just kind of hang out with you guys. But I guess I have to come to somewhat of a realization that that's kind of what a content creator is, right? No matter if I got one person watching me or if I got millions, right? So we've made a change, and we've changed to more of along the lines of streaming news. And we've been putting out a lot of content. The updates to the website, NxTLvLTech, I've talked about it in previous morning brews, how the updates are really how I would want to use the website. And in doing so, it's helped me become more productive. And that meant that I started pumping out more videos. That's really what it is, right? So I started pumping out videos after videos and content and content. And then I realized yesterday that I've dropped 33 videos in 30 days. What does that even mean? 33 videos in 30 days. It sounds like a ridiculous number. It really does. Is that too much? Am I putting out too much content? I mean, the views aren't crazy, but I'm getting some views. I'm getting some views. Obviously, I'm getting more views than last month when I didn't put out any videos in June or July, right? Am I putting out too many videos? I have videos right now. I've listed them out for the members of the channel. So if you are a member of the channel, then you've seen what the lineup is. That's already shot, edited, recorded, uploaded, tags, thumbnails, everything. Up until next week, Tuesday. It's all already done. Right? If I have more... Oh. What happened there? Are we good? Did I just get booted off my own stream? Are we good? I don't know what happened. I got kicked out of the stream for a second there. Yeah, I don't know. That was weird. Are we good? You guys can hear and see me okay? Okay, we're good. Yeah, I'm at the point now where I wake up, I have my morning brew, and I go to NxTLvLTech, and I go to the news section. This is literally how I start my day. Right? I go to the news section. I'm like, all right, what's good? I scroll through, see all the latest and greatest from all over the internet. And when I find something cool, I'm like, all right, let's shoot a video talking about it. And every day, there's always something cool. So I'm always dropping content for you guys, right? Now, not all of the content that's going to come out on the channel you guys are going to find interesting. Like recently I dropped a video on Star Trek. I'm not a huge Trekkie, but I do enjoy Star Trek a lot, right? I can't speak Klingon. I'm not, a Big Bang Theory kind of like level. I do love Big Bang, but I'm not like on their level. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be a lot of content that's coming out on this channel that may or may not be relevant to you, but the whole point is I'm putting out content for you guys and I'm being consistent finally. A lot of times consistency is very hard to do, and even right now I'm trying to find that happy medium between life and consistency on YouTube. I'm really trying to find that happy medium, right? So let's see. Cyclone says keep it up. Flickchick says that's a lot, but thanks a lot. Adel says, wow, that's a lot of content. Yeah, I've been dropping a lot of content, guys. Don't forget, this is just the NxTLvLTech channel. I also drop 3 videos a week on Beyond the Streams. We also do the podcast. Sometimes, now lately, because I've been focusing mainly on these channels, I haven't been as active on other people's YouTube channels. So that's unfortunate because I do like hanging out with Digital Slang and some of the other content creators as well. But it is what it is, right? Oh, you know what? Let's do this. 1 second, guys. I keep forgetting that I can do this. Hold on. Can you guys hear music? Is it too loud? I know I have the ability to add background music, but I don't know if it's too loud. I can't hear it for some reason. I don't know. If it's too loud, I can turn it down. What's up? What's up? Elias, how you doing, man? Digital slang. Pff, don't be me. You wish you were me. Hear no music. You know what? Probably because I didn't hit play. That would be why. You guys should hear something now. I don't know, maybe. But yeah, that's how I start my day. That's how I'm creating the content. It sounds like a newspaper press in the background to me. Yeah, I have a fan going right above me because, to be fair, I have in this room a 1200 watt crypto miner that's running as well, and it's super hot. What's up, B Davey? How you doing? Is the music too loud, guys? I can turn it down. It's up to you guys. I don't know. I think some music is nice sometimes. I can't even hear what it is, so I wish I could. I don't know if there's a way that I can. It's good? Okay, cool. So that's how I start my day. I jump on to AndroidTV.tips. I check out the news section, and you can even see it. If you go to the homepage, right here, it has the latest videos that's been dropped on YouTube. And you can literally keep scrolling. There's so much videos and so much content that's come out in the last month. What's up, 619? How you doing, man? Look at all this content that we've been dropping. It's crazy. Like, I don't think I've ever dropped this much content in such a short period of time on YouTube. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool that I'm able to consistently find. Yeah, B Davey, if it's taken away from the stream, I don't mind taking off the fan, because I'm only going to be on until 1 o'clock, and then I'm jumping off. I got a bunch of stuff around the house I got to get done too. Yeah, but yeah, I hope that you guys are able to. Oh shoot, we clicked on a video, didn't we? So I've gotten a couple feedback. Some people say in my videos, why do I show myself the way that I do? Why do I show myself in the bottom right corner? Why am I grayed out? Why am I kind of transparent? And I kind of wanted to address that in this live stream as well. The reason that I do it like that is so that I don't take away from the actual topic of the video, right? The reason I'm a little bit grayed out is to kind of blend in with the background, and that's also why I'm also a little bit transparent. I'm a little bit transparent so that if there's something behind me that you want to see, Cyclone, you're crazy, man. No, I mean my time, not your time. That you want to see, that you can still see it, right? And I think, or at least I really enjoy that. You're not, well, at least I think, you're not just watching the streams to see me, right? You really want to be informed. You really want to be up to date with the latest news. Who cares what I look like for the day, right? Okay, background music's too loud. Let's go right about there then. That should be good. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Some people, like this guy, thinks that it makes the video look unfinished. But hey, you know, it is what it is. I enjoy it, and if you don't, then that's your prerogative. Yeah. They say transparency is good. That's funny, boys. That's funny. Hold on, I'm just moving this out of the way for a second. Oh, there we go. I like how that changed there. What are you doing? You guys are probably going to hear my dogs barking in and out as well. Yeah, so today's morning brew is not going to be about any kind of news articles. It's really just an update on what's going on with the channel. Really just an update with what's going on with the channel. So like I said, there's going to be a lot of cryptocurrency stuff that's coming down the line, and we're going to be doing it in the same kind of format that you're seeing right now. So there is a website that's been purchased. We have NxTLvLCrypto.com. Right now, if you go to NxTLvLCrypto.com, it actually just takes you back to AndroidTV.tips. That's how it's set up right now. But once we get the website set up, it's going to be set up very similar to AndroidTV.tips, where it's going to aggregate all the news information in one place, and I can still pump out content just like I'm doing for the streaming size, but it would be crypto related, right? I'm also planning on doing some vlogs in regards to crypto content, but I just got to wait for a couple business ventures to go through in order to get the vlogs up and running, right? So that's one thing there. On the Beyond the Stream side, we are going to be looking at some things to make some changes in regards to like a facelift, maybe different banners, different colors. We also might be looking at ways of how do we grow our audience base, because Beyond the Streams, we've been doing it for I think 3 years now, and we haven't even cracked 2,000 subscribers. So maybe we're doing something wrong, maybe we're not seeing something that we're supposed to be seeing. So we're going to be looking at that. But right now, Rojas is going to be traveling for about the next week or so. So we might have 1 or 2 less episodes than we usually have, depending on how our schedules line up, because he's not going to be at his usual place and I'm not in my usual studio, and I got things going on as well, and I'm also extremely busy these days too. So we're going to see how all of those things line up. But I'm super excited to keep pumping out the content for you guys. I think that the state of streaming right now is in a very interesting place, and I kind of wanted to talk about that as well. So let me just stop sharing my screen here. What's going on? Why does it look like that? There we go. So right now, I think we're going through Spay It? Spay what? Oh, can we get some puppy face reveals? Oh, maybe. There, hold on. So this is Riley. This is Riley. Riley, look. Look at the camera. What do you think? No? Not exciting? Okay. There you go. So that's Riley. Riley's a pug. And then right here as well, there's Jersey. And then Kiara's around the corner right now. So what was I saying? Oh, I wanted to talk about the state of streaming for a second. And let's not get too serious. I know there's a bunch of content creators making videos like that, but what I'm kind of observing, and you know, correct me if I'm wrong, is that the enthusiasts in the community, maybe they're slowly starting to realize that they are of an elite group, and that elite group is a lot smaller in which we realized before, because those of us who are enthusiasts of streaming are, yeah, I know it's my computer. Okay, here, let me see. Probably if I turn off this, and you know what, I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna take that off. I'm gonna close all this. Look, this computer that I'm using was a computer that I stripped down just for the graphics card. I never use a computer with this low specs. Hold on. I'll fix it. Give me 1 second. All right. So now it should be a little better. Maybe. Hello? Better? Anything? Is it better? Not better? It says that I've only been live streaming for 3 minutes. Can you guys still hear me? This is weird. Okay, so it got a little better. I mean, I can turn it down a little bit more, but then the quality is going to get worse. I'm on Wi-Fi. I'm not hardwired in. All right, so that might be a little bit better now. No idea. Who knows? Yeah, it's not Melon though. I'm on Melon right now. It's not Melon. It's just my setup because I'm using Wi-Fi. I'm using a computer that's not as powerful as my typical one. This computer is just running a 1660 Super in it. But yeah, let me get back to what I was saying because I only want to be on for like 15 more minutes. Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be lag. I can't help it, but whatever. Hopefully you guys can muster through it and maybe the lag will catch up with itself. So what I was saying is that I believe that the streaming enthusiast community is slowly starting to realize that they are the loudest but the smallest community in regards to devices, right? When we look at devices, when we look at how even cord cutters are looked at today, the average cord cutter probably thinks of themselves today. I'm talking about the average, not the enthusiast, right? The average is just somebody that has internet. They don't have cable. They have maybe Netflix. They watch YouTube, maybe Disney Plus, maybe Sling, YouTube TV, something along those lines. And they consider themselves a cord cutter, right? So what I'm trying to say is just because we're the loudest doesn't mean that we're the most dominant in the cord cutting community, right? We're probably the cheapest. Maybe we're probably the most knowledgeable in regards to getting things for the cheapest amount of money. But it doesn't mean that we are the average when it comes to cord cutting. And what I'm starting to see now is more and more people are becoming cord cutters. But what we called cord cutters years ago, like before Disney Plus was out, before there was Sling TV, before Hulu, before YouTube TV, cord cutter had a different name to it, like a different meaning to it, right? It was really those people that, went through, people thought, went through the black web and they found all these different things to, to stream and to whatever. And yeah, okay, maybe they did do a little bit more research in unconventional ways and they found access to content to stream. But now the average cord cutter is really just somebody who's just saving money. Maybe they don't pay for cable, or maybe they do, right? We have people like Lee Talks Tech, who is a cord cutter, but always paid for cable, right? Because they're giving you deals on having cable. Now, it's not that expensive. And then for whatever other content that you want, you find a way of finding it. But I just feel like right now, people don't, on average, really care about putting in the effort to getting access to everything completely free. I'm not saying that you should. I'm not saying that you should. I'm not promoting any kind of gray area or pirated kind of content. I'm just feeling like the average person doesn't want to put in that kind of work. And we're seeing things like more people signing up to services like Plex, or not Plex, I mean Disney Plus and their bundle, and Netflix and Hulu and Discovery and Paramount Plus and all these kind of services, because there is a value in ease of use. There is a value in ease of use, right? And people don't want to be bothered. They really don't. If you told somebody these days, I feel like if you told them, hey, you gotta install this, and you gotta do this, and then when you find this, you're gonna see a list of 100 links, and then you might have to try 2 or 3 of those links. The average person is gonna be like, I don't want that headache, bro. I don't, right? And remember, I'm talking about the average person. The average person. I'm not talking about you. You can call yourself above or below average. I'm not sure which way you want to go. I'm just joking, guys. But yeah, I just feel like we're getting to a point right now when it comes to cord cutters or streamers, that enthusiasts are really sectioned off from cord cutting. They're really sectioned off from streaming. And they're almost in their own little category now. Right? We look at things like Plex. And there was a time when I was really into Plex, and I really liked it, and I was running a little personal Plex server, and I enjoyed it, and it became a hobby. And then that hobby took over my life. And every day it was like, okay, I got to build this Plex server, got to build this Plex server, got to make it bigger, better, stronger, faster, whatever. Until the point where crypto mining was my next thing. And I ran out of power for my Plex server. I also ran out of space, and I had to turn it off. And now I'm sitting back, and I'm like, I want to turn my Plex server back on, but do I want to spend the time investing into the Plex server? And it's not cheap either, right? Is it worth it when we have services that give you content at the click of a button? Now, there are some good things about Plex. I'm not hating on Plex at all, right? I actually do enjoy the UI. I enjoy the features like Watch Together. The Auto Next Play plays great. The features that they're adding in the development that they're doing, I actually enjoy. Now, there's some people that don't, but I do. So, yeah. Just talking about the state of the union of streaming. That's just how I see things going right now, right? Um, I see more and more people willing to get into services, especially because they're being bundled. And for the first time here in Canada, I'm actually seeing telecommunication providers bundling in streaming platforms into their services. I've never seen that before here, right? In the States, it's a big thing. You guys get discounts on your subscriptions, right? I know I'm a big crypto.com user, and I have their crypto.com credit card. And so right now with the crypto.com credit card that I have their entry level one, and it gives me Spotify for free. And if I was to upgrade my card, it would give me Netflix for free, right? So there's a lot of different ways right now to be a cord cutter, and still get access for free, right? You could almost say that you're a streaming enthusiast still, and find ways to get access to legitimate services through platforms that you're using anyways, right? If you're using, you know, a cell phone or a cable company or something, whatever it is, and it's bundling in services that you're using, you could still be a streaming enthusiast by kind of reverse engineering the services that you pay for outside of streaming that bundle in your streaming content, right? There's ways to get around it. You're going to be paying for some of this other stuff anyways. You're going to be paying for a cell phone. You're going to be paying for whatever it is on the other side, right? Whatever it is. So you could still be a streaming enthusiast, but you could be doing it in all the right ways. Let me just make sure I'm not missing any of the conversations here. No, 619, I see what you're saying. But they are, though. There's ways of still saving money and not, well, compared to the old cable bill, right? Because the old cable bill was like, let's be realistic. Like, some people were paying 150, $200 on their old cable bill. And if you spent $150 on some of the streaming platforms now, you would get a lot of content. You would get a lot of content, right? We got services that are coming out now, right? If we look at Thursdays, Amazon Prime's got your Thursday Night Football for free. So if you've got your Prime membership, right, you're already paying for that, then you're getting your Thursday Night Footballs for free. NFL Plus is coming out, but that doesn't have a TV version of the app, and who knows which way that's going to go later on down the road. If Apple's going to get the full rights to it, or if Amazon's going to get the rights to it. I'm kind of interested to see how that goes down, because I don't know if you guys know this, but just to get the rights for Thursday Night Football, Amazon paid $1 billion. $1 billion for one day for those rights. So it's interesting. They're already $1 billion invested. I would like to think that they would like to see, or at least get access to the rest of the NFL content if they're already $1 billion invested. But there's a lot of rumors saying that Apple is going to be getting the rights to the rest of the content. So who knows which ways that's going to go, right? Yeah, just saying, right? There's a lot of MLB games that are streamed. There's a lot of games that are streamed on YouTube as well, right? Lorraine says, we'll never pay for cable again, but I do spend a little bit more on internet. And that's the thing, right? They're going to get you one way or another. Now, internet has gone up, but at the same time, I almost want to argue what we do with the internet has gone up. And we're using the internet a lot more than we ever were before, right? And yes, we're paying a little bit more, but the infrastructures, and I know I'm gonna eat my words on this one, but the infrastructures have gotten better, right? And what I mean by that is that our uploads are finally starting to increase. Back in the day, our upload speeds didn't really matter because we weren't really, like, we were accessing the internet wasn't really accessing us, and now we're going into a phase where the internet is actually accessing us, because we're sharing videos, we're sharing content, that we're going on video calls, and we're more interactive with the internet in general. So the infrastructure is getting better. For the longest time, 10 megabytes a second was the average for upload speeds, and now I'm starting to see where I'm at right now. My upload speed here is a gigabyte a second. Now, that's still rare to see a gigabyte a second for an upload speed. I would think that the average is somewhere right now between 30 and 50, but I think that going into 2023, we're going to see that going up above 100. And I said I was going to eat my words because the whole country just went down because of a Rogers mishap. But sometimes you need things like that to happen so that people wake up and they build redundant. Man, I'm having difficulty speaking today. Redundancies, yes. And they learn to put their different support levels in different baskets and stuff like that. And that's the thing, right? Some people do and some people don't. And I know the sarcasm there. I get it. Yeah, my 3090 is in my other computer, and that's above average. It's a little bit overkill. I actually, in the garage right now, I have 4 3090s that are running, but those are mining. So let's talk about this for a second. 619 says, if you got Plex, change your password. Recently, I've been hearing some murmurs in the community about this, and I kind of wanted to talk about it for a second. So I have Plex. You want to make sure you change your passwords. I agree 100%. Nothing that was wrong that was said by 619. So they were hacked, and some of their information got out, right? You want to change your passwords. You want to set up two-factor authentication. But I've been hearing some people saying, oh, I don't really use Plex, or I just have the free version, or I just have this, or I just have that, right? Let me ask you guys this. How many people, unfortunately, use the same password for everything, right? How many people forget the passwords that they used, right? Now, when a database is breached and they get your emails, your names, your login information for a service, it's built into a list and sold on the dark web. And people can then use this information to brute force into other services, right? So even if you think you have nothing on Plex, or Plex has nothing on you, then your information is out there. And if you use the same password for everything, you're going to get messed up in a lot of different places, right? Now, let's say that's not the case, right? You don't really use Plex, and you have a Plex only password that you don't use for anything else, right? Should you change your password? Does it really matter? And I'm going to tell you that it does matter. It really does, right? So maybe they didn't access your information now. Maybe they just have your information now, right? But what happens if something really crazy comes down the line and all of a sudden you start to use this service and you start to input your information and you start to add things like payment details, but you've never updated your password and you've never put in your two-factor authentication, right? Now, all of a sudden, they log in and all that information is there and you never changed it. Well, who's getting hacked now, right? Just because they have your information now and they haven't used it doesn't mean that you're safe. Okay? I need you guys to understand that. Just because you have a service and you've never really used it and they only have your email address doesn't mean that you shouldn't go in there and change your information if their database got hacked. You need to do it. It's serious. And you know what, 609? This is going to change. So 609 says, I'm seeing people pay for like a dozen services and only use half of them. And this is true. I just want to check one thing real quick. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Yeah. So obviously the streaming platforms, they knew that. They know that. They know that people are sharing their shit. But that's going to change. It's going to change in the next... I think there's going to be a lot of changing to the streaming platform the next 2 years, right? When 2025 comes around, what streaming looks like, what cord cutting looks like is going to be so different from what it looks like today. I think the prices are going to be higher. I think that you're going to be more likely to use what you pay for because there's going to be a lot more restrictions in regards to sharing accounts, right? We've talked about it on the podcast already that, in some countries, Netflix is testing adding additional homes to your account. Because if you go in these countries and you share your account, if they realize that there's a different IP address using your account for more than 2 weeks, it gets IP banned unless you pay to add an additional house to your account. We see Netflix also starting to ban VPNs, proxy servers, all that kind of stuff, right? So this isn't just going to be a Netflix thing. This is going to be all service thing, right? We got services that have over 100 million people accessing it, right? That's a lot of bandwidth. That's a lot of people accessing your servers. So, yeah. Yeah, see? B. Davis says there are a lot of people who pay well over $200. He left Fios when they raised it to $245 a month a couple years back, and Spectrum charges $148 in California, right? Yeah, even 150, right? That's what I'm saying. If you were spending 150 on all the different platforms today, the amount of content that you're getting, right? And some people are going to say $150 a month. That's still value compared to what people were getting for $150 with cable a year, 2 years ago. 619 says, when I had cable and DSL, I paid $180 a month. Now I pay $70 a month for 1 gig of fiber. And that's exactly it, right? So some people are paying less for the internet, and therefore the cost displacement of that savings comes down to acquiring some services like Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Discovery, whatever it is, right? Wow. Cycling your jokes, man. Davey says the ISPs are almost charging as much for the internet only as the internet, TV, and phone used to be. Yeah, but you wouldn't want to be using that old speed of the internet as well. So, I mean, there's different ways of looking at it. What's up, Jeremy? How you doing? Do you think the upload and the download will be the same at some point? You can get the same. It's called symmetrical, right? Symmetrical internet. Some services offer it. Some services do offer it, but at a specific price, and that price is a lot higher. So right now, the service that I'm using here, it's 1.6 gigabytes a second down and 1 gigabyte a second up. And I mean, that's more than anybody's going to use. But the reason why this place has the speeds that it does is because there's a lot of government and ISPs that are funding new infrastructures. And the interesting thing is that the way that it's working with the companies here is that they're starting from the lakes and they're building their ways in towards the city to build this infrastructure. And the house that I'm in right now just happens to be closer to the lakes. So that infrastructure was built new, and that's how it's going, right? So, and that's the thing, right? So a lot of places, I think, that are out in the country that don't really have an infrastructure are going to be built with the latest technology, and then it's going to be built towards into the city, because it's a lot easier to build it from scratch than to patchwork your way into the future, right? So. What's up, Uno Nice? How you doing, man? Yeah, password managers are good too. Yeah, YubiKey password, whatever. Yeah. Well, I don't. That could be taken two ways. Digital. whatever. Cyclone. You and your dad IT jokes, they're terrible. And here's something that a lot of people don't talk about enough, right? How often do you change your passwords? How often do you change your passwords, right? If you change them every time, then hey, that's great. If you use the same password for everything for the last 10 years, then you're going to get hacked one way or another. Yeah, I go through this struggle a lot too, 619. Password is incorrect. Forgot password. Goes to reset passwords. Your password can't be the same as your old password. I'm like, damn it. Who's this? It says, B. Davey says, I found out a couple days ago an old Gmail I had used for a couple years was stolen by someone, and I can't figure out how to get it back and reset the password. Links on Gmail, links to the hacker. Yeah, you know what? So my main email account that I use was originally set up on Twitter, and it was all going to be used for my NxTLvLTech stuff, and somebody changed it, and they changed my Twitter handle for that account. So now, obviously, I've set it up with a different email address that I still use, right? But every once in a while, I'll forget my Twitter password, and then I'll enter that old email in to do a recover password, and it's like, please enter your Twitter handle, and then I put my Twitter handle, and then it's like, that's not you, and I'm like, I mean, that is me, but what's up, Shrink and Sharon? How you doing? Just digital, you jokes, man. No, there's a lot more people using the internet than just two people. Uno Nice says, I know some folks who have Netflix and they've had problems with it. Come to find out it's their ISP and they're trying to block some services, which I think is wrong of the ISP. Listen, where I just get booted out of the stream once in a while. This is really weird. But yeah, we're going through an interesting phase where security is trying to be upped with the ISPs, and we have things like the advanced securities on these modems, and it's they're trying to find the happy medium to how to set their filters properly, right? And then also with Netflix banning people or banning certain VPNs and proxies, the message is getting really confusing for the average person who isn't as savvy as maybe an enthusiast, right? Because now we have situations like Netflix banning an IP address that they think could be from a proxy or a VPN, and then when you contact Netflix, Netflix is telling you to contact your ISP. Now, the ISP is going to be really confused about this situation because the block isn't done by the ISP. The block is done by the service that you're trying to access, right? Now, obviously, the ISP, there's a really easy fix for this just by, changing the IP of your internet connection, right? Static or dynamic, they can switch that up, right? But at the end of the day, it would just be easier if Netflix could just refresh it, right? There's a fix on both sides. You can fix it if you contact Netflix or if you contact your ISP, but which one wants to help you? It's just getting confusing for people, right? And I think there's going to be a lot more people who will need to learn how to access their modems right now. That's a big thing. A lot of people don't know how to log into their ISP's modem. A lot of people don't know. And honestly, that's one of the main things people should know. Because a lot of the problems right now that we're seeing for people's services like Netflix, whatever, or their internet, it comes down to how their ISP has set up their modem and router. Right? The first thing that I do when I get an ISP modem and router is I log in, I turn off band steering, I enable the 2.4 and the 5 gigahertz network, and then I go in and I turn off advanced security. That's the first thing everybody should be doing with any modem or router that comes into their house. Turn that shit off and then fine tune it. Fine tune it the way you want. If you want to block certain websites and you want to filter certain things, you should take control and you should own that. Don't let your ISP do that for you. Don't let the network hardware decide how you access, or the network service, either one, could be the hardware or the service, decide how you access the internet. Roland says, what's up? Just seen you were on. I wanted to stop in and say hello. What's up? Have a great day. Roland, you have a great day as well, too. Thank you again for all your support. Appreciate it. Uno Nice says, next level. Thanks for talking about this. We shouldn't have to call anyone. They need to leave the consumers alone and provide us with the service we signed up for. At the end of the day, that's not going to happen because there's a lot of pressure right now. There's a lot of money with these license deals with content, right? So there's a lot of money that goes into copyright infringement, goes into copyright fighting. So the pressure is coming down now on the ISPs, on different services and whatever it is. So they're putting a lot more funding in trying to stop this stuff. And unfortunately, there's going to be innocent bystanders in the crosshairs, right? Because anytime you do a mass block, there's going to be things that get blocked for no good reason, right? There's never going to be a happy medium, so you kind of have to roll with the punches and try to figure out how to either get around it, turn it off, or fix whatever solution your problem you're having, right? So those are the main things. Again, guys, I wasn't really planning on being on for that long. It's already after 1 o'clock, and I wanted to jump off at 1. So, yeah, I was just giving you guys an update on what's going on with the channel, going on with the content, and going on with the new website, as well as the crypto content for the channel, and that's coming down the line. It's probably not going to be for at least another month, and then we'll start to work on the website. And once the website is done, which is probably going to be a few months, then we'll be able to start pumping out news related content, as well as hopefully some vlogs at that point, right? But I'm gonna get ready to jump off here. I just wanted to jump on for a few minutes and thank you guys for supporting all the content that we're putting out, and supporting all the updates that we're doing for the Android TV tips community. Yeah, so feel free to share out the links. Oh, there's one other thing, guys. I know, not telling you guys that you have to donate to the channel, or that you have to join the membership, but there's more ways on the YouTube channel now to support what we do. If there is any videos that you guys have really enjoyed, and if you want to give your thanks in a monetary way, there's a new way on the channel that's actually been active for, I don't know, a month, maybe 2. And I just wanted to point it out. So if you do have a video that you like, let's say that there was a video today, here I'll share my screen, and you watched it and you were like, hey, this was really well done, this was really good information, and I want to give thanks. There is a thanks button now, so let's go over here. And like, let's say this video that dropped today talking about cloud DVRs, and you really enjoyed it, you can see right here. I'll make my screen bigger so you guys can see it. All right, see if you guys can see that there, but we'll skip that. So this is the video here. If you really like this video, you actually have the option now to hit this thanks button, and it comes up, and you can do whatever you want. Just another way to support the channel. I thought I would show you guys that. I'm not sure if people are aware that there is a thanks button now, but it's out there if you guys want to support what we do. Again, I'm not a channel that gets a lot of subscribers or that gets a lot of views. I've been stuck under 40,000 subscribers now for what feels like 4 years, and majority of the videos barely ever hit 500 views. So it's not like I'm making any kind of content that's directly or making any kind of monetary gains directly off YouTube. And I'm just trying to put out as much content for you guys as I can, right? That's the end of the day. So channels like myself and other content creators like myself really appreciate the support or anything that you guys do for us, right? We just had a live stream with Lee and with Juggernaut, and they talked about for years how they put out hundreds of dollars a month. And for those of you that have rocked with me for the past 3 or 4 years, you guys would have seen myself doing file linked, and there was times with file linked that I had to run with 5 different servers, right? I had to run with 5 different servers because I kept getting banned for the amount of traffic that file linked was using, right? I didn't make any money off file linked, right? There was no money I made off file linked, but I was paying for 5 different file hosts. And that's just a small little story about content creators in general in the streaming community. For the most part, we put a lot of our time and a lot of our effort because we love what we do and we want to be a part of the community and want to help out as much as we can, right? But you get to a point some days where you kind of gotta tighten up the budget, you gotta tighten up your belts, and you gotta focus on things that are going to get you to that next level as well, right? I do wanted to talk about one quick thing before I left today. My thing's not even telling me how many people are watching. I hardly probably got like 10 people in here right now. I'm not sure, but a lot of people are struggling with finances right now. A lot of people, Lorraine, there is a new app, right? If you're in the Telegram group, the app has been out for well over a year. There's the Next Level app store, and you can actually make requests in the group if you want things that are added to the Next Level app store. So, yeah, so make sure you're in the Telegram group. You can see it down below. You want to make sure you join there, and all that kind of information, because we can't share that kind of information on YouTube anymore. We can't. My channel almost got deleted because of content like that, so I can't even talk about it anymore. So I've been talking to some people in my life lately about debt, specifically credit card debt. And I seen Lee Talks Tech. He did a live stream, I think yesterday or the day before, talking about credit card debt and how the interest rates are going to go up. Right? There's two ways, or three tips that I'm going to leave you guys with how to pay off your credit card debt faster, how to improve your credit quicker, and how to manage that kind of stuff a little bit better, right? I know usually I leave on some kind of motivational tip, but today I'm just going to leave on kind of a financial tip. So if you have credit card debt or any kind of debt, right? If you have more than one debt, and obviously they're different amounts, then the main thing is you want to pay off the smallest amount first. Some people will try to pay off the highest interest first, or some people will try to pay off the largest amount first. You want to pay off the smallest amount so that you have more to put aside to the larger amounts once the smaller amount is fully paid off, right? The other thing is a lot of these debts come with a minimum payment, and majority of that minimum payment is interest only, right? And the minimum payment by society is typically paid on the day that it's due, right? Now, if you can some way, somehow make your payments smaller but earlier. Let's say that you have a $30 minimum payment, right, for your credit card every month. I know that's a really small number, but I'm just doing it for this example, so stick with me. Instead of paying that $30 when it's due, if you were to pay $1 a day for the 30 days, you would actually pay more off of your debt than if you paid that $30 when it was due. And the reason is because interest works with the amount of days that it's incurred, right? And with a majority of credit cards and some debt, if you were to use your credit card, the interest on that isn't accrued for about 21 days, right? So if you were to take your whole paycheck, right, and dump it on your credit card from when you receive it, and then use it as a daily debit card to pay your bills or whatever, what you're doing at that point is you're paying off all of the stuff that has been accruing interest from however long you've had it, and then all the new purchases that you're doing now are only going to start accruing the interest after 21 days of it being applied to the actual account. And then if you are starting to pay daily or weekly small little tidbits towards it, you're fighting that interest off and away. And by doing so, you're paying more towards your principal and paying off your debt quicker. Okay? A lot of people, when I say, hey, you should make more frequent payments, and people get taken back saying, I can't afford to make more payments. And I think the misconception is it's not about paying more, it's about paying the same amount but more often. So if it's $100 a month, then break it up so it's $25 a week. Just because it says that this amount is due on this date doesn't mean that you have to make one payment for the month. I'm not even joking when I say I have a couple dollars that goes towards my credit card every day to fight off the interest, right? So people really need to sit down, look at their debt and how to manage it and maintain it and make it go away, right? Debt is something that needs to be looked at every single day and managed every single day so that it goes away, right? Even after you get out of debt, you still want to have the same kind of habits so that it builds your credit. Because unfortunately, we live in a world that's built around credit. And there's good debt and there's bad debt. And once you learn to play those games, then you can get further in life. And we're talking things about houses, cars, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Anyways. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have. So, we've been streaming for well over an hour now, I think. And that's all I had today. So we talked about the updates to the websites. We talked about the updates to there's updates coming to the application as well. We talked about the crypto stuff and how it's probably going to be a few months down the line, but it doesn't mean that we're not working on it and getting slowly towards that and all that kind of good stuff. Yeah, see the problem. Okay, here, look. The problem with this, Cyclone, where you say cash is king. Yeah, cash is cool and all, but the problem with cash is every single day that you have that cash in your hand or your pocket is that it's worth less. It's worthless, and it's also worth less. So you got to figure out a way to make your money work for you too, right? So I get it that you like cash. You can live a good portion of your life in cash, but you should also figure out how to play the credit game. You don't need a lot of money to play the credit game. You don't, right? But if you want to live 90% of your life in cash, cool. But use that other 10% and learn to play that credit game. Give me 1 second. All right, looks like there's some deliveries coming in and some people coming in and out, so the dogs are gonna get all crazy. So let's end this live stream before all that happens. If you guys are looking for more information in regards to stocks and cryptos and all that kind of good stuff, there is the Next Level Trades Telegram group as well, where I have set up a bot that does do suggestive buys and sells. I'm not financial advisor and nothing's ever guaranteed, so you can always check out that Telegram group as well. The end of the day, guys, you just want to make sure that you are putting in the effort to yourself to better yourself and to get yourself to that next level, and understand that next level is always something that's also in your reach, but every time you reach it, you redefine what it looks like. So it's been Mark from NxTLvLTech, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace. Hey everybody, just before we get going, I wanted to say a huge thank you, much love and appreciation to everyone who supports what I do over here on NxTLvLTech. Make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button and share these videos with a family member and friend.